Thank you very much for your very kind welcome, Mr. Minister, President. I'm delighted to have been invited by the Chairman on board of TIM to address you here today at this prestigious innovation conference. I understand that this is the first time that this event has been held in Ankara. The building of an innovation culture is central to our economic policy in Ireland. High-quality jobs are created through enterprise and innovation. This is a very similar aspiration, I know, to the Turkish government, than that of the Turkish government. Creating a culture of innovation is a journey. It's a continuous journey, and it needs to be promoted and supported on an ongoing basis if one is to create a society where people are employed in well-paid and meaningful employment. Making products and delivering services more efficiently is important, but it is through the development of new, innovative products and services that we can all improve our society. In today's globalised world, countries are competing to attract investments in order to drive growth and development. In order to stimulate growth, countries need to nurture innovation, as this can carve the path to industry leadership. It is important to create and maintain a vision, and I want to sincerely congratulate TIM on their innovation initiatives, such as today's event, that have been designed to foster, encourage and grow a culture of innovation in Turkey. I am leading this week a trade delegation of over 25 Irish companies to Turkey to build partnerships between Irish government organisations and companies with their Turkish counterparts, and to share our knowledge and build mutual collaboration. This is my third visit to Turkey in quite a short space of time, and I'm a great admirer of Turkey's achievements. So much has been achieved over the course of the last number of years, over the last number of decades, and Turkey must be lauded for the great progress which has been made in terms of making it into a vibrant economy, the 16th largest economy in the world. I respect and admire the economic vision for Turkey to be among the top 10 economies in the globe by 2023, 100 years since the foundation of this state. Turkey's most important attribute, like Ireland, is its people. Entrepreneurial, ambitious, and capable people with a vision to make society a better, more educated and inclusive place. Our demographic situations are not dissimilar. Ireland is the exception to the rule in an ageing Europe. Our population is the youngest in the European Union, and we've experienced something of a baby boom in recent years. This brings with it responsibilities in ensuring that we are able to provide education, training and employment opportunities to our young people, a challenge which I know is shared in Turkey. More broadly, Ireland and Turkey are part of a world that faces huge challenges well beyond the individual capability of any particular country or region. In addition to the continued need to renew sustained economic growth and stabilise financial markets, we face other global challenges such as climate change, energy consumption and security. The need for coherent and collective worldwide responses has never been more pertinent or more urgent. Countries the world over recognise the advancement made in the development of the Turkish economy and its pivotal position as a centre for commerce in this region. Turkey today acts as a centre for manufacturing and an important global hub for providing services to your neighbouring countries. And this presents an excellent opportunity, if I may say so, for Irish companies to see Turkey as a base for expansion into those territories. Addressing the challenges that both countries face today requires collaboration and partnership on many levels, between big companies and small, between industry and academia, between the public and private sectors, and growing the level of collaboration between Turkey and Ireland, something that I am personally very committed to promoting. The smart use of technology is central to addressing the big challenges we face as societies, whether in the fields of energy, environment, health and education, or managing our financial markets. Technology companies provide employment opportunities for millions of people around the world who are directly benefiting from the work that these companies do and whose lives are changed for the better. Ireland will become the first country in Europe to utilise existing electricity infrastructure on a nationwide basis to deploy fibre directly into homes and businesses. The fibre will be deployed on the existing overhead and underground infrastructure of the state electricity company the ESB, the Electricity Supply Board, ensuring a fast and cost-efficient rollout. It is initiatives such as these that will allow Ireland to foster innovation in our country and create the smart economy of tomorrow. I was very pleased to see the recent joint venture worth €450 million signed between Vodafone and our national electricity supplier ESB, a company that I know has been very active in Turkey for some years now. Ireland has set out its vision for renewing our economy based on the concept of a smart economy, a high-value, export-led economy with companies creating the products and services of tomorrow and providing high-quality employment for our people. A smart economy is a high-productivity economy which values creative thinking and involves getting more for less across all sectors of the Irish economy, public and private. And central to this, our vision of Ireland as an innovation island, a country that is an attractive home for multinationals, as well as an incubation environment for the best entrepreneurs at home and further afield. And this fits in very well, I think, with the theme of today's conference. All countries are on a journey, and Ireland is no different. It may contribute to the debate if I can now provide you, if I may, with a very brief overview of Ireland's development in the post-war period. In the second half of the 20th century, Ireland underwent a dramatic transformation from being one of Europe's poorer nations to one of its wealthiest, with an economy consistently growing at unprecedented rates. Growth rates were more than 3 times those of the EU and OECD countries, with some of the highest anywhere, in fact, in the world. Similarly, Ireland's export performance was one of the best in the world. As a result, per capita incomes rose significantly, converging towards and subsequently overtaking European average levels. And this in turn enabled us to embark on a sustained programme of investment in our public services, in education, infrastructure development and healthcare. And several key factors contributed to this growth. A high level of educational attainment, high levels of technology, significant investment in science and innovation, flexible government policies and government commitment to supporting and developing Irish industry. Of crucial importance to our economic growth was the key policy of successive Irish governments to invest heavily in education and training and in attracting foreign direct investment, and of equal significance, the development of native Irish enterprise, an area I have particular responsibility for in government. In particular, we focused on education and innovation to drive growth and success for our economy. And this formula has paved the way for an economic transformation that fundamentally changed the competitive characteristics of our country. We laud Turkey's efforts in this regard, and we note that 6 Turkish universities are listed among the top 400 universities in the world, while local university ODTÜ entered the top 100 in the annual list by the Times Higher Education World University Rankings. I look forward this afternoon to meeting them to discuss potential collaboration between Ireland and Turkey. We are hosting, as you will see outside, a stand in the exhibition area where you can find out further information on the role of Enterprise Ireland and education in Ireland. And this stand will be in place for the entirety of the 2-day event here in Ankara. A policy pillar for which our taxpayers had to dig quite deep and which changed our economy and society immeasurably was the quest to provide open access to education to allow the best and brightest in society to flourish. We have equal access to education. As the education sector evolved in the 50s, 60s and 70s, Irish policy reached out to our diaspora in the United States in particular. The message was that our small European island on the edge of the Atlantic, yet only 4.5 hours flying time from the US, could provide a vital bridge in connecting US investment into European markets. Very favourable policies around the ease of doing business, a competitive and flat corporation tax rate that has been at a very competitive and consistent rate now for a long number of years, our English language capability and an increasingly educated young society made Ireland a favoured destination for foreign direct investment. Our competitiveness relative to our Eurozone partners has improved dramatically by 23% from 2008 to 2014. Today we're amongst the top 20 most competitive countries in the world. FDI is important for the Irish economy, as it is, I know, in Turkey, with nearly all of the world's top pharma, medical device and ICT companies having operations in Ireland. The current economic model has served us very well, but in more recent times we have developed the institutional capability to conduct more research into areas in which we excel, be it education and educational services, agriculture ingredients, pharmaceuticals, medical devices, ICT, the financial services industry and tourism development. One of the pillar policies of the Irish Government is to drive the development of an indigenous engine of business growth with the capability and wherewithal to compete internationally. In that context, we have rolled out state-of-the-art campus incubation centres in all of our state-funded institutes of technology and universities. And just this week we announced an additional €250 million investment in our universities, where we will combine support for that through the state with additional research capability and collaborations with the private sector, which is extremely important indeed. And I note that Turkey has adopted a very similar approach with over 40 techno parks established throughout Turkey. That is an impressive investment. It is Enterprise Ireland's aim to foster closer collaboration between our high-growth startups and the Turkish companies based in the techno parks. And as a sign of this increased collaboration, this year we welcomed visiting delegations to Ireland from Kayseri and Northern Anatolia. Allied to this, we are investing heavily in high-potential startups, which are young companies, often college spin-outs, and I note that there are a considerable number of students here today. As a result of the startup business activity, Ireland is now one of the strongest in Europe. These new companies are the future for Ireland, and investment in these leading edge product and service firms is being made by investors from Ireland and overseas. Ireland's economic strategies for the future are based on continuing to recognise that the enterprise sector is the main engine of economic growth. This generates, of course, the output and exports that translate into jobs, sustainable jobs, increased personal incomes, and the tax revenues which are essential to support our public services. We are continuing to invest in education and training, in improving our infrastructure, in research and development and other activities to improve the innovation capacity of our economy. And the indications of Ireland's economic recovery can be seen in our current export performance. Irish exports in 2012 and 2013 reach all-time record highs, driving renewed growth in our economy. Economic recovery in international markets in recent years increased demand for Irish products and services, and Irish companies are widening their market reach all the time, expanding into new international markets, opening up new businesses, and our relationship with Turkey is absolutely crucial. So what lessons have we drawn from our experience over the last number of decades? Firstly, the fundamental importance of education. This is key to unlocking the innate potential of our people and empowering them to succeed. And I think that that's a point that is as valid for Turkey as it is for Ireland. In particular, in the present context, I would emphasise the need for an increased focus on the provision of education and training via technologies such as e-learning, which can be provided at a realistic cost and with the capacity to scale. Secondly, a focus on how government can assist the grassroots entrepreneur in getting their business off the ground, and how entrepreneurs can be encouraged to value and invest in innovation. Thirdly, bringing education and enterprise together so that our colleges and training institutes provide graduates with the skills necessary to thrive, not only in 2014, but way beyond in the economy of 2023 and much further beyond that. Also, education and enterprise are needed to provide business and by extension the national economy with access to the finest minds in our educational facilities. And finally, we can't forget our traditional strengths. Like Turkey, Ireland has traditionally had a very large agricultural sector, and we have found that given the right sort of investment, the introduction of new and improved technologies and management techniques, that we have enormously improved quality and productivity. For many years now, we have exported our finest agricultural products right across the world. This is an investment which takes time, but it is vitally important to ensure the sustainability of the rural economy and those communities which depend on it. So to conclude, I wish all delegates of this conference well, and I hope you enjoy the presentation later on of the 5 Irish companies on their approach to producing innovative products in the areas of software, medical products and engineering. These companies are Daon, Well Clever, which was mentioned by the President earlier on, Combilift, Kells Stainless and Noveris. And I am proud to say that they are a strong representation of the quality of innovation Ireland has to offer. On behalf of the Irish Government, I wish to thank the board of TIM for partnering with Ireland at this most prestigious event. And I look forward to continuing to build an increasing awareness of Turkey in Ireland and Ireland in Turkey. Enjoy the rest of the conference, and thank you very much for your attention.